One of the most important aspects of the Booking Wizard app is the Setup Wizard. And this is required to configure your business name, your location, your availability, and a few other things before you can actually activate the embeddable widget and allow clients to make bookings with you. And for that reason, the prompt that you see at the top of the dashboard page will remain there until you have run the Setup Wizard and done this. Only when the Setup Wizard has been completed will you see the widget appear at the bottom of this page. So what we're going to do in this video is to look at running the Setup Wizard and configuring our business. And I'm going to do that by clicking on the yellow Complete Setup Now button, which will take us to the Booking Wizard setup. At first glance, you can see that it's broken into four main sections: the business section, the availability, the calendar, and then the review. Let's take a look at the business information first. The first thing you're going to want to do is to apply a name. And for the purposes of this, I'm going to create a fictitious company called Design Pros, which effectively acts as a website consultation and design company. On the right-hand side, your business email should already be filled in with the email you use to create your account. And at the very bottom, you will need to apply a time zone setting dependent on where you are in the world, because you're going to need clients to book according to your time in the location where you are. So to that end, you'll see a select list of time zones across the world, and you'll need to choose one relevant to where you are located. I'm going to stay with Johannesburg because I am in South Africa, so I'm going to leave that as the default. All right, so that is step one: business information, name, email, and location setup. Let's move on to step two: the availability settings. This is now obviously going to be the time that you are available, the hours of the day that you are available to accept bookings, or the way that your business actually runs. Typically, we can understand that a business would run from about 9 until 5. So you can change that if you feel it necessary by clicking on the date picker in each of these boxes to adjust the start and end times of your business availability. But for the purposes of this, I'm going to leave it as 9 to 5. Underneath that is a very, very useful aspect of this, and this allows you to determine which days you are able to accept bookings throughout the entire week, all the way up to Sunday. Now, in a typical environment, many companies do not operate on Saturdays and Sundays, regarding those as the weekends. So depending on the days that you select here, if a client clicks on a particular day to make a booking, the widget will indicate to them that no bookings are accepted on those days. So that's a fairly important part to look at. Simply choose the days that you want active in the widget and ignore the ones you don't. So for this purpose, I'm going to leave Saturday and Sunday unchecked, regarding that as a weekend. The session lengths is the next section, and these are going to be the durations of bookings that you are able to accept. It's defaulting to 30 minutes, and the only other one available there right now is the 60-minute option. 15 minutes and 45 minutes are currently dimmed out, and there's a reason for that, because right at the bottom of the page, you'll see something called slot timing. Now, let's understand how this works. By default, if we want a 30-minute session from 9 until 9:30, fair enough, it's easy to do, and the next session for 30 minutes can be booked from 9:30 to 10. So we've got the slot timing selected to every 30 minutes at 00 and the half hour as well. And this means that I can also apply a 60-minute booking either from the top of the hour or from the half hour. So if I want an hour's booking from 9:30 until 10:30, then I'm able to do that. And that's why 15 and 45-minute bookings are not active at this point until I change the option to every 15 minutes, which will then allow me to do 30, 15, 45, 60, and I can choose whichever one I want as my option, depending on the kind of service that I am offering. If you choose the last option as 60 minutes, then obviously only the 60-minute full hour will become available from the top of the hour. So I'm going to leave this as a default at the top of the hour and the half hour, and I'm going to choose the two options of 30-minute and 60-minute bookings for this particular business. I'm also going to select 30 minutes as the default option, so that'll be the first one in the list. Okay, so that is the availability section, which deals with your business hours, the working days that you can accept bookings, the lengths of your bookings, and how those bookings can be applied. We can call that effectively the granularity of how those bookings can be selected. On to step 3. Step 3 would be for the professional plan, where the calendar integration takes place and allows the professional plan user to connect their Google Calendar. So for the essential plan, this is not a feature that we can implement, but you can see the comparison of the two plans in front of you there, and you do have the option to upgrade if you would like to go to the professional plan. But in order to continue with working through this plan, I'm going to continue with the essential plan and skip to the next step. The Review and Complete gives you an overview of what you've just configured for your business, the business details, your availability, and of course there's no calendar integration with this plan. So we're ready to go with that. We've done everything we need. We can complete the setup, which now saves it into your account. And again, you have the option of upgrading if you want to at this point. But for now, I'm going to return back to the dashboard to see what has changed. The first thing you will see is that the prompt at the top of the screen has now disappeared, and that means that your booking widget is now active at the bottom of your dashboard. And that is one of the most important things that we've achieved here, because now you're ready to start accepting bookings and make your web page widget available to your clients. So that's going to be what we'll talk about in the next video, after having looked at running the setup wizard and configuring your business details in this video.